Maple. All right, guys, today we're back on the V, and instead of boring you guys with this harness, I'm gonna be stripping back all this crumbling sleeve. Instead, I'm gonna jump right ahead to where it's all cleaned up and ready to go on the V. So let's jump to that right now. Bam. That was easy. Harness is cleaned up and on the car. So we got the harness fully on the car, tucked in there, and intake's bolted on. What else? I think that's everything. I got all fluids in this whole corner except for the coolant, obviously. Clutch, having a hard time bleeding it. Brakes, need to bleed those. Haven't got here yet because I'm trying to focus on this. All right, so let's check over our to-do list and see where we're at on everything. So with the V, let's start off. We got the brake boost vacuum line done. Tighten brake lines 100%. Finalize clutch lines. Finish clutch reservoir, line and mount. Harness is done, fuel line's done. Drive shaft is in, but it's not fully tight, so we're gonna leave that. ECM is mounted. Alternator to starter, positive wires ran and done. Belt, we need a belt still. Intake is 100% bolted down. We got the diesel oil in there. Wire the fuel pump, that's up next. Power steering, cooler, and hose. Check this out. That's what's on the car right now. So I don't think that leaks at all, but I'm not where is it? I'm not crossing that off because I can't do it. I cannot have that on here. Power steering fluid, fuel, base tune, start. That's where we're at with everything. Got a lot of stuff checked off. Got a lot of small stuff to do still. But next up, let's start on finishing up this list by wiring the fuel pump. We got about 6 wires back there. We gotta get it tied together. The previous owner had a fuel cell in here. So they had an inline pump. They cut the harness, had 2 wires ran to the inline pump. So I'm gonna go back. We're using a stock tank and pump in this car. All right, fuel pump's wired. It was 6 wires, maybe 7 wires. They run through this body harness here, out of grommet, up under to the fuel tank. I didn't plug it in yet because I can't get to it. I gotta climb under there. So here you can see the disgusting trunk where the previous owner cut out for the fuel cell, and I assume the sump to it and lines going forward. Let's fix this. This needs fixed right now. All right, so anyways, I started cutting. Actually, I need to be a little higher than that. All right, so we've made some cuts. Let's see if we can get this out of here. Not quite yet. I think we still got a couple spots to hit. All right, let's try this again. All right, so I've successfully got the trunk cut out, and you might be asking yourself, why are we cutting the trunk? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because we're gonna fit 3 radiators back here. No, I'm just kidding about that. But 1 rear mount radiator and possibly a fuel cell if we can't get the engine harness, fuel tank, and all that to run off the car stuff. So there's definitely plenty of room for activities back here. But I do have a small radiator. Like, it's a fat boy. Look at this thing. Fat boy, big fans on it, but it's kind of small. Let's actually carry this thing back there. Oh, it's heavy. Hold on. Let's see. That's not gonna really give it justice here, but just set it there. And I guess it's not that small. That's what she said, but you could go, but I guess what I'm getting at is I could go with like a Silverado radiator or a custom, like a NASCAR radiator, something massive to fit back here because there's so much real estate. I guess there's, I don't know, nothing else to do but start moving forward on this shit, and I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll figure that out when we get to this portion, though. Leaking fuel? Is that water? Probably water. But there's plenty of real estate back here to do whatever I want to do. So one other cool thing, since I'm rambling anyways, check this out. Got the key. Never knew the mileage of this chassis. Obviously bought it as a roller, didn't have an engine harness, no battery, none of that. No fuel tank. Check this out. Oh yeah, the wipers come on. You can do it 105. That ain't bad, right? I was expecting 200,000 just because the guy said he didn't know the mileage, so I assumed the worst. 105 ain't bad. If only we can get it running. When I crank the key, just to see if it'll start, it's got no fuel in it, but when I turn the key, I don't get starter signal, so I gotta figure that out. That's next up. Hey guys. So that's gonna do it for this video. In the next video, or before the next video, I'm gonna pull that starter off and make sure that signal wire is making contact. I'm gonna get a game plan together for the rear, figure something out back here, and we're gonna get this bad boy fired up at some point here real soon. So thanks for watching, guys.